to round 18 of the R/RTD Super Cup Series. We are in the second round of the playoffs, the second race of the season at Charlotte Motor Speedway. There are only 2 rounds left before we go to the finale, where there will be only 4 drivers left in the title race. But right now, there are still 8. If any of them wins, then they will go through, and but without that, it will go down to points. And currently, the 4 that are set to go through are Brit on 29, Robertson and Spinella on 15 apiece, and Northerner on 14. Those are the drivers in the playoffs, and it is Brit, the points leader, who is on pole position with Robert Jean alongside. Great Dane is in third, ahead of Apollo, Munch, Thief, Xander, Mig on the road, Syrup Man, and First Name rounds out the top 10. Lewis Imby is 11th, Quattro is 12th. And that is the first half of the grid, with Aaron 13th, hoping for a repeat of his performance last time out at Chicagoland, where he charged through the field to finish 4th, his best result of the season. Northerner 14th, Cyclone 15th, Flandre 16th, Zombiehead 17th, Spinella down in 18th, Roman in 19th, Uprooted Grunt 20th, KVF 21st, Neko-chan 22nd, Nyxana 23rd, and Frontshot 24th. It doesn't award the bonus points for these rounds, but it doesn't award the bonus points for these rounds, but it does add them into the playoffs, since they start out with the bonus points and then essentially those get added on. So yeah.
So the bonus isn't added for these playoffs.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't calculate it after the second Kentucky race. This is a. But anyway, we are racing at Charlotte today. 1.5 miles, same length as Chicagoland last time out, but a very much different track. And yes, indeed, it's been pointed out to me that pole was not the place to be last time. Syrup Man was on pole that day, but Cyclone ended up taking the race victory. Can someone just tell me who pole was again? Brit.
Brit.
Okay, thank you. I just need to add that to the statistics. I'm doing particularly poorly today. That is, incidentally, his 3rd pole position of all time, which is a boring stat which I should probably axe just saying so very much. Apart from if a dummy car gets it, because that's hilarious every time that happens. And that is a fact. Anyway, the pace car is now leading them away. We will go on a pace lap, unsurprisingly, and then the pace car will peel off into the pits and we will get racing. There are 24 cars, 8 still in the chase. Brit, Robertson, Spinella, Northerner, Apollo, Munch, Quattro, and KVF are those 8. Whereas the other 16, they're still going for points because every position counts. They still got a point to prove. Even if you may not have been able to get through, if you have good results, that still shows that you had the pace, even if perhaps not at the right point. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling because we are coming through turns 3 and 4 and getting ready for the race start. The first 50 laps around Charlotte Motor Speedway, the 1.5 mile quad oval. Pace car pulls in somewhat late than I expected. We're getting close to the flag and we go green. Brit holding the lead with Robert for now, but Robert Jean wanting to get past. Doesn't look like he'll be able to into turn 1. Will Dane perhaps be able to mount a move? He's definitely getting a good run through turns 1 and 2 there. Going onto the back stretch, it looks like Robert Jean going to the inside of Brit, and Dane might go to the inside of both of them. Oh, very nearly a nudge from on Robert Sheen from Dame and Apollo there. Apollo and Munch. They're going 2 wide,
Oh yeah,
and
boys.
there's some bump drafting from Apollo. They're going 3 wide through the front stretch into turn 1, 2 3 wide rows. That is pretty ballsy. 2 laps. That's brave. But Robert Sheen is still holding on to it. Dane in third.
Something on the road going down the middle there.
Oh, and that
Oh,
is
no,
some
dang,
very
that's it.
serious wheel rubbing between.
Holy shit, they saved it.
Yeah, but that was an incredible save from Xander and I believe Mig on the road. For that to not result in an accident is absolutely incredible, but they are losing time fast. And it looks like they're going to really hold up Aaron there. That's very unfortunate for him. Anyway, looks like Robert Sheen has sprinted away a little bit. And Mig on the road again, just barely coming to within a hair's breadth of crashing out. That's not smart racing this early on. Lap 4. Dane going down the inside of Apollo, but Apollo seems to get a run on him through the second part of through turn 2 and out onto the back stretch, and now Thief gets around him. It looks like Dane seems to have decent pace at some parts, but then just loses all of that momentum in the middle of the corner. Look at that. Munch getting very close to Mig on road, getting very close to taking himself and Munch out of the race. I think Mig on road really needs to calm it down a little bit, because he's been diving quite hard to the inside, and it's come very close to well, actually a couple of people really need to. I think just in general, we've seen several times drivers getting very close to taking each other out with some bold diving down to the inside in order to defend from those behind. We don't see that there though, as I believe that's uprooted grunt, and now Neko-chan getting by as well. That was a very poor run through turn 4 and on the front stretch. Bit of a loose rear from the car ahead of Roman.
Oh my god. Flandre just almost lost it.
And that is... Who is that? Is that Northerner almost getting taken out there? I believe that was. He got nudged into by the 32 of... No, that's not the 32. Sorry, that I believe is the 30... Is that a... It's a something and then a 7, I think. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell the number from this distance, unfortunately. But that car definitely got... Yes, I believe it is the 37 of Quattro. Very nearly taking him out there. And oh dear. How are they managing to avoid it? And car peeling into the pits. Who's that?
Quattro.
Quattro peels into the pits. That is very bad news for a driver still in the playoffs. And it looks like it's very good news right now for Robert Jean, as he is in position to punch his ticket through to the finale as things stand with 40 laps to go. And there is Thief going around the inside of Dane. Will Dane be able to hold him off? Yep, it looks like he will be able to hold him off through 1 and 2 and then get a good run out of the exit. And Munch absolutely flying up on the exit of 2 and going down again, down the inside line into 3. It doesn't look like the inside is the fastest line, unusually in some places. It's quite a surprise for us to see that, knowing what happened in the past few races with the inside line definitely being the place to be. And Apollo seems to actually be somewhat trying to close in on Robert Jean. which is very, very interesting indeed. Brit has fallen to 6th from pole position. That's very unfortunate for him. Pole position just seems to be somewhat cursed this season. Well, it seems to be a mixed blessing. It's unfair to say that it might be cursed per se, considering that we did have a streak where 3 drivers in a row won from pole, but it definitely does seem to be somewhat of a mixed blessing. That is for certain. There's still very much a lot of side-by-side driving, but we've yet to see any major contacts that has resulted in cars going into the wall aside from that of Quattro, which is very, very interesting to note. I believe that is, I think that's Syrup Man. Yes, I believe that's Syrup Man trying to chase down Flandre with Xander just behind him. That is, I believe, is that a 29 there? Let me just check. It's hard for me to remember all of these different numbers. I'm not very good. That would be KVF. That is not where he wants to be. Not when he is currently the last driver in the playoffs, in points rather, in the playoffs. He has only 3 points to his name. He's dead last in the playoffs. He needs to have either a massive turnaround this race or an outright win. Yep, it does seem like this race has calmed down quite a bit. Yep, currently lap 17, and now Robertine has extended that gap back to 0.6 of a second, and Apollo actually seems to be dropping back at somewhat of a speed. That's very bad news for him. Aaron is now up to 6th, having started 13th. It looks like he's going to have another good race. He's had a somewhat patchy season, well, a somewhat rough season after starting off the season well with a 5th and a 10th. He then had a string until last race of finishing consecutively outside of the top 10. With 2 12s being his best finish in that time period. Then came a 4th, and now he's currently sitting in 6th, but there is a big pack swarming right around behind him, so he's not going to be able to rest on his laurels just yet. Munch appears to have lost that pace that he had at one point. He's back down in 9th. Either that, or it is simply the fact that he's just getting stuck in this train of cars that is formed, and actually Aaron seems to have somewhat got away from. Perhaps Mig on the road acting as a bit of a cork in the bottle here, as they almost seem to be trying to go 3 wide. Don't quite manage it though. And now Munch trying to get past past Mig on the road. Looks like he might do it. Oh, very close from Lewis MB. Very nearly getting spun out on Flandre's bumper there. That was somewhat heart and mouth to watch. But perhaps, considering how many times we've seen this race and it's gone fine, perhaps not quite as much as it would normally be. We've seen, well, the driving has been incredibly clean this race, much to our gratified astonishment, I must say. And now Mig on the road seems to actually be able to just about hold off Munch, which has got to be very frustrating for the driver of the 57, considering that it seems to be just sort of hemorrhaging him pace. And Nyxana and First Name making very light, well, fortunately for both of them, very light contact there.
Caution, caution.
Oh, we have a caution. That is Lewis. And Nyxana gets hit, but manages to just save it. First Name also. And that was, I believe, I think that was very unfortunate. We have to have a replay of that. I didn't quite catch who all the drivers involved were. First Name was definitely involved. So I believe was Xander, yes. And I believe, who is that? Just behind Nyxana, is that? Oh, but we see Cyclone, Lewis, and Syrup Man getting just tangled together right there. Northerner gets past, and then, oh no, that's an unfortunate camera angle. Look at Xander just getting caught. Oh, Xander just gets tapped there. Who is that? Is that
Roman.
Who is that in the black and white car? Roman also gets involved.
Uprooted gets a bit of a touch as well. Oh, Uprooted's been turned around. Spinelli gets some contact as well. So does Quattro. Managed to avoid it, actually, to be fair. Wow.
Yeah, but we need to see which car that was. The black and white car that was pretty much T-boned a couple of cars behind this. One just behind First Name in track. I can't quite identify that number. If someone could just tell me who that was. Was that Quattro?
What is it? That's KVF.
KVF. Oh no.
29.
That is a disaster for KVF. He's needed to get a good result here. And it looks like, once again, for the second race in a row, he's going to come away with nothing. And actually, the same has happened to Quattro too. The two drivers who are currently bottom in the playoffs, both having absolutely terrible races. And the pace car coming also dangerously close to collecting Syrup Man as well. Syrup Man has been kind of unlucky with regards to getting involved in these collisions, I have to say. Yep, that is our first caution of the race, and it looks like pretty much everyone goes into pit. I don't know what the fuel and what the tyre strategies were, but it appears that Nyxana's jumped all the way up to 11th after the pit stops. Robert Sheen still leads, Apollo still is second, Thief in third, Aaron up to fourth, Mig on the road fifth, Northerner sixth, Flandre seventh, KVF and Brit exchanging places, Brit down to eighth, KVF in ninth, Dane in 10th, Nyxana 11th, Xander 12th, Frontshot 13th, Lewis MB 14th, Spinella 15th. Cyclone is one lap down, as is Quattro has regained his lap. And now pits.
Pitting again because he has damage, probably.
I believe that Quattro might have been able to get out involved, or the stream has ended. It will need to be restarted. That is very unfortunate. Sorry for the technical difficulties, everyone. It's quite unfortunate. Yes, the stream has gone down. If we could please have that back up. Thank you very much. Quattro, yes, Quattro looks like he's just lost that lap again. That is unfortunate for him. I suppose perhaps he did have damage then. I thought he was just making a bold ploy to get back onto the lead lap. I would assume that some cars have only fitted 2 tyres at the stop. Munch getting rather aggravated at the fact that he's down in 17th after the pit stops, but I think it could well be a strategic decision which may pay off if he's gone for 4 tyres. And Brick just asking what's going on. Simple response, big crash. A succinct and very much accurate response. I do not believe we have any false repairs. And just a message from Dane's Pits, telling Dane's Pit, apparently he was told that he was going to be boxing for 4 tyres, he wasn't sure. Anyway, we are going double file, ready for the restart now. Will Robert Jean manage to maintain his lead after it, or are we going to see someone else dethrone him? Is it going to prove to be a repeat of last race where one driver took the lead relatively early on and then just grabbed the race by the scruff of the neck and refused to let go? Last time out that was Nyxana. Is it going to be Robert Jean this time? Let's see. He'll have to defend from Apollo, Thief, Aaron, Mig on the Road, and Northerner. They are the top 6. They're all still in contention for the win. Robert Jean and Apollo are also still in contention, as is Northerner, for the series title, for the cup title. If they can get a good result here, that should be they'll have a great chance of getting through to the Championship 4. Pace car pulls in. We're accelerating. And we are go again. Green flag in Charlotte. 22 to go. First caution, first restart. And Robert Jean manages to defend from Apollo on the initial run. But is he going to be able to get at him through into turn 3? Look at Thief going down to the inside. A very bold move. And they are going 3 wide immediately for the lead. And it looks like Apollo's going to benefit. And Aaron cutting his way through there. He's going to be trying.
It might have been a crash.
He might be going for second here.
There has been some kind of incident, I think.
There has indeed. Look, there are cars that look to be stopped. We might need a caution period if they are still on the track. Oh, Munch and Spinella getting very close there. And that is Munch, Spinella, and another one. That was the 29. 42 spinning around through the front stretch. Quattro, Flandre, Nekochan, and Nyxana all a lap down. What must have happened to them? That is not good for them. We did not see that crash.
Initial wreck. They're just doing repairs from the first crash.
That is not good for them because I don't believe we have the wave around here. So look at that. Who is going to be? Thinking of that, Robert Jean has actually went down to 4th. Let's see. Look at that. They just go 3 wide and oof. Oh, wow. The 29 of KVF going flipping and flying through the air. Cyclone spinning Xander. Spinella and Uprooted Grunt getting involved as well. Munch getting pushed into the wall. Wow. As soon as they made contact there, that was just straight to the scene of the accident for all 3 of them, really. Sandwiches are not, well, to paraphrase Martin Brundle, 3 into 1 doesn't go. You just see there they get very close, just gets squeezed just slightly too much, hits the rear bumper, just bang. And there they go into the wall, and he just gets, wow, KVF getting absolutely caught in the wall and just spun end over end there. That is quite scary to look at. Oh, Cyclone just getting turned there. That's unfortunate for him. And also turning Xander as well. Spin. Britt asking who's leading him in the playoffs. And just wanting to find out who's leading him and who's behind him in the playoffs. Currently...
A lot of people have pitted twice.
Very interesting. Front Shot is in the lead ahead of Brit and Zombiehead. And Aaron is in 4th, Apollo 5th, Thief 6th, Mig on the Road 7th, Lewis in 8th, Robert Jean in 9th, Dane in 10th. But the timing does seem a little odd.
No, timing's fine.
Okay, well, it's just the numbers seem a little odd.
I will just stick it to the top 20 now so that we can see. Yeah, I'm showing gaps, I think, instead of...
Okay.
I know it's because there's lapped cars in the middle of them, that's why.
Alright, Cyclone and... Is that...
Sure.
Quattro both pitting. That's very unfortunate for them. Spinella is currently just completely out of it.
There's been a big fuck up. What is happening there? Alright, they're sorting the order out now. All of the lapped cars are being sent to the back, I think. Yep, that's what's happening.
It's a shame that it's a shame that due to technical issues we aren't able to use wave rounds, because it would make it a lot more interesting if that was able to bring those cars a lap back into the action. But we're not able to do that, so we just have to settle for this instead. It's quite a disappointment for Nyxana, who seem to be, if not doing that great on pace, seem to be somewhat okay. And considering he's come off of 2 straight wins in a row in the last 2 races, it's got to be all the more rankling, really. The fact that he'll be lucky if he's able to get a points finish at all. Yep, Front Shot, the driver who started only partway through the season. He started at the Talladega race. His first start was at Talladega, round number 9. It's round number 18. He's only had 9 races of experience, and now he's in the lead. Will he be able to hold it once we go green? There'll be 15 to go when we do. And just drivers being told to get ready to push. Munch and Dane both rearing to go, both being egged on by their engineers in anticipation of a final sprint to the line, essentially. These tyres should be able to all really push. Those on new tyres are going to have a very big advantage compared to those who may not have pitted. But I believe everyone has, so it might be equalised slightly more, but you never know. I don't know about you, but I would not bet on Front Shot right now. Simply because I have a sneaking suspicion that in order to get to where he's at, he has had to sacrifice new tyres in order to do that. I think he has not got 4 fresh tyres on his car right now. Which means he will be a bit of a sitting duck in the final 15, when we restart with 15 to go. I am talking like an ape. Pace car getting ready to pull in after the second caution. It pulls in 15th 15. There'll be 15 to go once you go. Who is that catching up to the field there? We restart. There's a bit of a pace differential. And front shot is immediately going to be under attack from Britt. Britt trying to go for his 3rd win of the season. But he seems to just be held off through turns 1 and 2. Aaron also seems to be held off. Zombie Head going for it. Oh, is he going to make a move into 3? I believe so. He's gotten alongside and he makes it past initially, but then front shot noses back ahead as we go into the front stretch. Look at that, all very close. Aaron making a move now to try and claim 3rd and then 2nd. And is he going to try and go right round the outside? Wow. That is brave stuff. Aaron slots into 2nd. He's going for it. He wants to take this win. Now he goes down to the inside, pulling to the inside of front shot and noses ahead into the lead as we go into turn 3. But front shot sweeps back, gets a tremendous exit out of 4. He's been getting these really good runs, I've noticed. They're going 3 wide through the front stretch. That is bold stuff. And they're just getting very slight nudging between Apollo and Luis there. Neither of them can really afford to take each other out, so right now, especially when there are good points to be gained, if you keep clean, you don't want to put yourself into a position where, and Dane getting nudged there, almost spun. Wow, very good save from him to avoid being spun off of the nose of the guy behind, I believe. I can't really tell who that was.
It was fucking Britt.
Dane not very happy with the way that Britt was raising him there. Very, very terse messages being sent by the driver of the number 1, the title defender. And Aaron has taken the lead. Now Thief gets into 2nd. Dane seems to be trying to making a move. Oh, very close between Dane and Apollo there. They very nearly touched. He's going down the inside into 1. But loses pace. The outside is very strong here. We've not really seen that before, and it looks like that will give Robert Jean an opportunity to go down the inside into 3. And it's currently Aaron and Thief for the lead. Wow. Robert Jean flying there. Flying right past as if he's just standing still. Not what we expected, and now Thief attempting to make a move right around the outside. Look at the speed differentials we sometimes see as cars have to check up because of those ahead. And oh, Aaron and Thief. Thief is he going to make it right around the outside? Is he going to do it? I think he is. Just noses ahead into the front stretch. And he is ahead into turn 1. Aaron is still nosing in, but I don't think the inside doesn't seem to be that strong here, so that may be a disadvantage as we come down the back stretch out of turn 2. And now that's given front shot the chance to close right back up again. And it looks like it looks very likely that we're going to see for another time we're going to see a non-playoff driver taking a win in a playoff race. And perhaps an underdog win at that, if you look at precisely who is fighting here. Thief, Aaron, Frontshot, Migan Road and Lewis. I don't think they're really exactly people we would have pegged as being potential race winners here today. And there they are, right up at the front of the field, in the thick of it, duking it out. It is magnificent to see. And Thief seems to have it. There is I believe a lapped car of first name there, just trying to get out of the way. And Aaron trying to hold on to Thief's bumper, but Thief is going very fast there, getting a very good run through there. And now Lewis is trying to also close up. Lewis tucking himself down onto the inside line, but it just doesn't seem to be the one to go for, and it just sort of holds the driver on the inside up and gives one on the outside a great run through 2 and into 3. And now that's giving Mig on the road the opportunity to get past Lewis and possibly Apollo as well. We might well see 3 wide into turn 1. Not quite. But Robert Jean very daring there, but that I don't think that's paid off for Robert Jean. That might give Dane an opportunity, but as we've seen, the inside line not quite the place to be. But still, Dane momentarily noses ahead, and then once again loses out, and that is Neko-chan moving forwards there. Thief is in the lead, but it is oh so close between him and Aaron. Then there is a 1 second gap back to front shot. And Mig on the road. Apollo's gotten up to 5th. Then it's Lewis MB, Robert Jean, and Dane is 7 tenths behind them. I think Dane is going to really be stuck here. I think he's only going to be able to get 8th. Unless there is an accident up ahead, which would, at this point, end the race. Dane getting very upset about the conduct of lapped cars, and understandably so. They are somewhat getting in the way for these drivers who are fighting for the top positions, as we see the lap car of the lap car of Roman now also getting involved, and actually boxing in Robert Jean. And that gives Dane an opportunity. He's actually gotten past Robert Jean, and he's now going to be trying to get around the outside of Flandre. Nearly touches. I think we need to really switch back to the leaders, because it is about to be white flag. And it looks like Thief may well have it. He's pulled out a gap of half a second on Aaron. White flag in Charlotte. And Thief looks to be in the position to take it. He's pulled away through turns 1 and 2. I think he's realistically too far ahead for Aaron to be able to mount a last gasp charge, and Thief takes the win at Charlotte. What a race. Fantastic driving right there. Thief wins ahead of Aaron, who gets his best result of the season, beating his best result last race. He's had a 4th and now a 2nd. What a result. After 50 laps of Charlotte, Thief took the win ahead of Aaron, with Mig on the road finishing in 3rd place. Then behind him came Front Shot for his best result and 3rd top 5 of the season. 5th was Apollo, the first of the drivers in the playoffs, which puts him in good stead indeed for getting into the Championship 4. In 6th is Lewis MB, a good result for him in a season that has been full of frustration for the number 95. 7th is Dane, again the same story right there. 8th Robert Jean, not what he needed, considering that he's been at the front for almost all of the season, and now just in these last few races he seems to be losing it slightly. Britt in 9th, doing enough to keep him ahead of the game so far. But you don't even have to they're counted as points for position just overall. So you get the number of points you would get for an ordinary 9th. It's not just compared to the other drivers. 10th is Zombie Head. 11th finishes Uprooted Grunt, finishes 11th ahead of Xander Quattro, Neko-chan, Flandre, and Nyxana. 17th is Munch, and 18th is Northerner rounding out the points finishes. In the bottom 6 came Cyclone, First Name, Spinella, KVF, Roman, and Syrup Man. The top 12 finished on the lead lap, and those from 20th onwards were effectively DNFs. And with regards to the title, I need to do that correctly. I think I've done that right. We will now see who takes the lead in the playoffs standings. In the playoffs, Brit still holds it by 9 points, but ahead of Apollo now. Robert Jean is third, and Spinella is on the bubble in fourth, tie-breaking with Northerner. But he should be ahead right now due to the fact that he has more wins than Northerner. In the regular season, point standings, Nyxana is now tied with Xander. Thief is behind them. Then it's Uprooted Grunt, Neko-chan. First Name, Cyclone, Mig on the Road, Dane, Roman, Flandre, Syrupman, Zombie Head, Louis MB, Aaron, and Frontshot. Considering how little experience comparatively Frontshot's had, this has been a very good past few races from him. He's had 85 points in half races that the other drivers have had. If he had that if he'd managed to race the full season and had been similarly performing, we could well have seen him in the fight for those final few spots in the playoffs. More food for thought. Anyway, I've been Nyxana, thank you for watching. This has been the RTD Super Cup Series at Charlotte. Playoff round number 2.